Previously on The Created. The only thing that takes him by surprise is how everyone greets him upon entering with a loud "Hey!" all in unison before returning to their private conversation. Roll perception. DC 15. Is DC 15, go! Hey, 21. Hey! Everyone's like, hey! After a few minutes, Viktor is able to establish that this lady is a Lashana, a compound race created from the union of humanity and renegade spirits from the plane of dreams. Spirits he knows to be called the Quarry. Lashana are often seen as wise, spiritual people with great compassion for others. What the f*** do you want? But I guess not this one. Look, I can't remember anything, okay? I don't know where I am. I don't even know who I am. So what's this Lashana business about? Look, I'm not one of them, am I? Or am I? Let's start with the basics. What can you tell me of... What was your last memory that you can remember? It's just shattered images scattered around. It's hard to piece together. That's alright. Try to focus on one of them, and only that one. Try to quiet your mind from the rest, and focus only on that moment. I remember feeling claustrophobic. Okay, good. And everything was dark. There was a strong smell of earth. Go on. And next I realize I'm in a field. Or was it a field? You know what? I'm gonna stick by with you. We'll see if we can piece your memories together one by one. Why are you doing this for me? Why out of everyone in the whole bar would you do this for me? I told you to f*** off the moment I saw you. I've been nothing but rude to you. That's okay. To put it politely, I've had worse. Besides, you look like someone in need. So tell me about this Lashana nonsense then, that you seem to think I am. Well, a Lashana is not an ordinary human being, right? So you're saying I'm an alien? No, quite the contrary. See, a Lashana is like a mixture. It's a mixed race, if you will, of human and... It's difficult to explain. Human and spirits. What? You're saying I'm a mixed race between a human and a ghost? Something like that. It's difficult to explain. Difficult to explain is bollocks, that's what that is. No, look. See, the Lashana are made up of these renegade spirits known as Quarry. And these spirits come from the dream realm. The Quarry, the dream realm. I'm part human, part spirit, and the spirit part is from the dream realm. So I'm part dream, which means what? I don't exist? I'm nothing, am I? No. Look, like I said, it's hard to explain. So what you're saying is I'm a descendant of the Sandman. Is that it? No, not at all. You know what? I've never had to explain this before. No, and you're pretty crap at it too. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Shall we just get out of here? And on that note, someone else walks into the bar. As everyone screams out, "Hooray!" As Lashana holds her head, like, "Oh, yes, I don't want my drink anymore. Can we please just leave? I want to get out of here." Very well. Let's get out of here and go out into the peace of life. As Viktor and Lashana leave the bar, they begin to notice the sky getting darker as a storm cloud begins to brew. A local walks past, sniffing the air around him, as he says to himself, smells like rain, as he continues to walk off. Probably past the kid. He's not going to stand around next to the kid. And the kids are probably disappeared too at this point. They're not just standing there. Well, Lashana, I think I know one thing that might assist you with your memories. Let's see if we can find the town's apothecary, or maybe an alchemist. Perhaps they have an ointment or an elixir for you that will maybe jog your memory a little bit more. So for Viktor and Lashana, we're going to do a perception check for both, and we'll use the best result. As they're looking around for a particular shop, an apothecary or an alchemist. 15 for Viktor. And Lashana. Oh, 22. Although she's tired. Oh, wait, no, that needs to be at disadvantage. She has currently a point of exhaustion, and she will do for a long time. Currently, this point of exhaustion that I'm giving Lashana, due to the character that I've built with her, it's going to be a permanent point of exhaustion for the moment. Until we're able to establish something specific about her and her past, then the exhaustion will go away, but at the moment she is permanently exhausted. And so with that 1 point of exhaustion, she, I believe, takes disadvantage on skill checks. Double check. Disadvantage on ability checks, yes. So we'll roll that again with disadvantage. I will ignore the 22. An 8. Okay, yeah, so that's a bit more like it in terms of her being exhausted. So we're going with a 15 from Viktor. In which direction would they move? Going a D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A D8. Well, actually, no, because there's only 2 directions, so what's the point going into a building? We'll flip a coin. Let's say heads, we go north. So heads will... Where's my mouse? Heads will go in a north direction, or northeast direction. Tails, we go in a southwest direction. This is an alleyway, so they would not be compelled to go down an alleyway. They see all these buildings everywhere. They're going to be focused on the buildings because they're looking for a shop. And it is Tails. So they begin... Oh, I keep typing in this box. They begin walking down this direction. As they walk down, they will see the Sekalo Theatre, and as Viktor and Lashana approach the Sekalo Theatre, they see there is a queue of people lining out, and this queue carries on up the street past both of them. It is a longer queue than what is shown on the screen right now. As they begin to approach the town center, where markets are placed up all over the place. Everyone is happily browsing. They're looking at flower stalls, fruit stalls, toys, clothing, all the festival items that you can find here. It is very well decorated, and all these stalls seem to be surrounding a large statue in the middle. The large statue is approximately 10 feet tall, and it's depicting an image of a smiling young woman holding a laughing child. As they squeeze past the people, they then see what looks possibly like the town's homeless man, wandering about with teeth missing, shouting to everyone that the rain is coming, the storm is coming, the rain, go inside, there's rain coming, rain. And he just keeps going on about the rain and trying to get people to head on home, but the townsfolk, they either ignore him, they look in his direction, but try not to pay any attention. They believe that he's probably just trying to ruin the festival. They do witness that there is dark clouds coming, but they don't believe that it's going to start pouring with rain, and they want to enjoy the festivals as much as they can. Ah, so this is the Secolo Theatre. The what? Oh, it's this leaflet I was handed when I arrived here. Oh yeah, I had one of them. I threw it away. Oh, well, I mean, could be something to go to attend, don't you think? Really? You want to see a puppet show? Well, I don't think it's any ordinary puppet show. Wait, you said you came here on the suspicion of strange things going on. You don't think that there's something strange going on at the Secolo Theatre, do you? Well, there's no harm checking it out. And if it's nothing, we can always get up and leave. Alright, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. Well, you never know. You might enjoy yourself. Sure. And what time is that? That's in about possibly 3 hours' time, I believe. Okay, so, alright. You're gonna keep an eye on the time, right? And then we'll make sure we come back. You got tickets too? No. We'd have to get tickets. How are we gonna get tickets? We have hardly any money left. We got my money, and we're gonna get something from an alchemist. Look, we'll figure something out. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, Mr. Private Detective. So standing around and with this crowd of people around, it occurs to Viktor to simply ask for directions to the nearest alchemist, where to find them. It occurs to Viktor to just simply ask one of the locals nearby. This seems like a perfect spot to ask where the local alchemist is. When looking around, Viktor can see a number of buildings around this market. Beside them is a boarding house. Just opposite is a bank. There is a spice merchant, an inn, a police station, a jeweler's, a fresh meat market, and what looks to be a private home. Victor approaches the first salesman at the market. Excuse me, sir, quick question. Yes, sir, what'll it be? Do you know where the local alchemist is? Or maybe like an apothecary? Oh, yes, sir, no problem. Just give me a moment while I look at the the created map to see exactly where he wanted the buildings to be. Okay, they're right by where we entered the town from. Okay. Yes, sir, certainly, sir. Not a problem, sir. Stop calling me sir. Yes, sir, right away, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, I can tell you exactly where both of them are, sir. So the Alchemist is right up the... So if you follow path to your left here, down the side of the Secolo Theatre, follow it all the way down to the entrance to Odiare, and it will be right there. And the Apothecary is just about a 3-minute walk down from the Alchemist, so they're pretty close together. So if you go down that way, I mean, or you could head down the right side of Secolo Theatre if you wanted to check out the other shops along the way. Bit of a longer walk, but yeah, if you just head towards the entrance of town, you'll be able to find it no problems. All right, well, thank you very much, sir. As Lashana looks at him and kind of just raises an eyebrow to Viktor. As Viktor looks at her and kind of smirks a little bit and then just continues walking. As they then head down this direction towards the Alchemist and Apothecary. I had actually planned a different journey, and it seems that we're going down a route that I didn't plan for, so this is interesting. So who's going to pay for this thing then? If we manage to find some kind of medicine or whatever, who's going to pay for it, eh? Well, let's get there and see how much it is at first. Who knows, it might be quite cheap, otherwise I'm sure I could try and haggle my way down. We only need a little bit to try and jog your memory. We don't really need an entire bottle of the stuff. Alright, well, if you say so. As they begin walking down the street in New York City. Oh no, that's Dancing in the Street, isn't it? Dancing in the Street. They walk past a number of buildings. Another building that looks similar to a private home. Basket weavers. A store known as Wizard's Charms. And what looks to be a doctor's GP office called Leeches. They continue walking down. Leeches? No, I wouldn't want to go there. Well, let's hope no harm comes to you then, eh? And then we won't need to go there. Yeah, but leeches? Who uses leeches these days? When you got, like, spells and magic? Well, some people prefer the old-fashioned way of healing. Should never rely too much on magic, you know. As Lashana scoffs at Viktor. They continue down the road, walking past a few more buildings. They walk past a carpenter's, a cobbler's, a tailor's, a tanner's, and Giuseppe's toy shop. I wasn't planning on my team locating Giuseppe's toy shop near the beginning, but it's interesting how it's all worked out. So now that we've found Giuseppe's toy shop, whether our characters will remember exactly where it is, because they're not exactly looking for a toy shop right now. So they're much like in real life, you'd see it, but you wouldn't really focus and remember where it is. So if it comes to a point where we need to find it, I'll probably get my guys to roll history to see if they remember exactly which direction to head in. Now, entering this T-junction and heading back towards where Viktor had entered the town from, this whole way, imagine there being still quite busy with life, with people, kids playing. I don't want to clutter the screen or the map too much with all these tokens that we're not going to use. It makes it difficult to grab the tokens that we need then. So upon arriving, they locate where they need to be. They find not only the apothecary, but also the alchemist. Alongside that, there is a blacksmith who in the game was known as a knife grinder, which I thought, what kind of business is that all they do is grind knives? Basically what a blacksmith would do. Now there is a blacksmith in this town, so I'm going to say there are 2 blacksmiths in this town, because I think they're on either end of the town, which makes sense. So it's a blacksmith, not a knife grinder. There's a candle making place, there's a temple, and there's a trader merchants. We found both areas that we were looking for, both the alchemist and the apothecary. What makes more sense, which would be more on Viktor's mind, is the alchemist. So they will head over to the alchemist. Now we're in a lot of improvise. I've been trying to improvise more in these episodes, and we've hit a point where we are definitely improvising, because I didn't plan to go to the alchemist. Viktor and Lashana walk into the alchemist's store with a very familiar jingle of the doorbell. Upon that jingle, a man steps out of his office to his counter. He looks a little bit of a sleazy businessman as he stands in a red waistcoat with matching trousers and a black tie and white shirt. Around the store are various concoctions, all neatly categorized on their shelves. He adorns a sleazy smile on his face as he greets the 2 customers that have walked in. Good afternoon, I hope you're enjoying the festivities, my fair sir and madam. My name is Argon, and I'm here to be of assistance. What will it be? Are you needing healing, perhaps? Or, lady, you look like maybe the magic-using type. Or, as she then kind of gently rests her naginata to one side as he looks at it and like, oh, maybe not, perhaps. Maybe for a lady like you need something that'll help boost your strength. You look like a fighter, so perhaps that'll be of assistance to you. Or maybe you 2 are a couple in need of assistance in the bedroom, huh? As he gives a little wink. Whatever your poison, I'm sure I've got it here. Viktor kind of rolls his eyes to himself, trying to... He does the whole rolling his eyes as he turns towards the shelves, so to not give it away that he's just like, whatever. As he begins to look around. Lashana is just staring at him with like a resting face. It's just like not amused. Doesn't want to be here. Agron will kind of shuffle and straighten his tie a bit awkwardly as feeling the gaze upon Lashana's. I mean, what would it be? What can I assist you with today? Well, we are looking for something that might help with my friend his condition. It's not a condition yet. Apologies. She's having a lapse of memory today. She had a rough night. We're hoping that maybe you have something that might help. I see. You have a hangover. It's not a hangover. I mean, you do look exhausted, my dear. Don't call me my dear. It's fine. I mean, I've got just the element you need. I concocted it earlier today, in fact. Fresh batch. Right here. I've got it behind the counter. One moment. As he begins to rummage around... Lashana is going to try and detect any deception that he's giving. This will be, with her being exhausted, it's going to be disadvantage, and it'll be contested as well, I believe. No, this isn't a special character, it's just a shopkeeper. What would the difficulty be? Likelihood table. Okay, the likelihood of Lashana being able to tell that the shopkeeper is maybe lying or telling the truth. We're doing a deception. We're mostly looking to see if he's lying. What is the likelihood of this? Highly unlikely. We must -5 from the result. Okay. So we're gonna need a 15, and we're at -5. It is a 7. Lashana, already not liking the shopkeeper, doesn't quite trust him, much like she doesn't really trust anyone. Not even Viktor as of yet, but she's kind of just amusing him at this point. She then wanders over to Viktor. She doesn't give the shopkeeper any more attention. She begins to browse the stock on the shelves, as Viktor would then approach the counter as to where Agron is. Agron reveals this flask of grey, cloudy water, which seems to float within the bottle like a cloud. It looks like it's a bottle of smoke. Is this it? That's it. That's the stuff. Brewed it myself today. Now make sure this cork stays on tight, because this medicine is an inhalant. Okay, so when you uncork it, you're gonna want to have to breathe in the smoke and the fumes that it's giving off. Okay, the moment you open it, you try to keep the bottle to your nose. This will freshen your mind. It will clear the cloud in your mind and will help you to remember all that you've forgotten. But if you don't breathe it all in quick enough, or you cough and choke, try to stop yourself from coughing, because the moment you let it out, then it's not going to work. And make sure that you're not doing it outside as well. It sounds rather convoluted. Are you sure this will work? Of course, absolutely. Put my hand on my heart and I hope to die. As Lashana then chuckles to herself. Yes, quite well. So, will you be interested in this? This is a fine piece. You won't find it anywhere else. Wow. Wow. I was expecting much more than that. Okay, it will cost you 3 gold pieces. It's just 3 gold pieces. I'm giving it away. You know, I may as well be cutting my arm off with that price. Well, I mean, that is quite cheap, especially looking around your store here. Quite a lot of your concoctions cost around 10 gold or more. Some of them costing up to 50 gold. Well, you know, you're the first customer, and I would like you to be a repeat customer. You mean I'm the first customer of the day? Of the day, sir, but that's no worries. Everyone here is quite well, you see. No one's sick. Nobody is sick. But I'm here to help, regardless of whether it's a busy day or a quiet day. So just 3 gold pieces. I'm cutting off my own arm, sir. I'm cutting my own arm off. Viktor is gonna do a deception check, but with the way I've roleplayed that, and I improvised it all, I'm gonna give Viktor a disadvantage. Again with 15. Okay. Trusts him. Lashana, are you happy to... Oh, I see. You want me to pay... No, I can pay... how much can you pay? I have 1 gold piece. Fine. I suppose it is for me. I may as well pay that 1 bit extra. So, Lashana is going to... Yeah, she should have 5 gold pieces as well. So -2, we're at 3. And Viktor is at nothing. Very good, sir. Thank you very much for your patronage. Now, you're gonna want to do it inside, as then Lashana immediately uncorks it and then hoofs it up her nose. Like, no, not in... She tries to hold it. We're gonna do a... oh god, I keep double clicking, but it opens and then closes. We're gonna do a constitution check. It's just gonna be a 10 or more. We need a constitution save to see that she doesn't choke on it. Saving throws, are they... I don't think they're affected by her exhaustion. Attack rolls and save throws, exhaustion 3. No, she's exhaustion 1. Okay, so this can be normal then. 10 or more. A 9! Oh no! Lashana hoofs it up her nose and sniffs it all in. She's like... And then she tries her best to hold on to it, but her body just naturally wants to cough and splutter it all out as it just smells of cigarette ash, and that's all it smells. It smells like secondhand smoke as Lashana then coughs and splutters it out everywhere. What are you trying to do? You're trying to kill me. Well, I did warn you. I did warn you, and I'm afraid. I'm a bit worried that maybe it didn't work. What do you mean it didn't work? We just paid you 3 gold pieces for something that's supposedly meant to help. Yeah, but I did explicitly explain that she's gonna need to have to hold it in order for the toxins and the fumes to take effect. Oh, believe me, the toxins. They've definitely taken effect. Oh, well, wonderful. What do you remember? Well, I remember walking into a shop, and much like this one. Oh yes, yeah. And the shopkeeper missold us an item and lied to us, and it led to me murdering him. Now, let's not get violent here. She then starts to hold her naginata and point it towards him. Hey, look, business is business, okay? You know, you didn't follow the rules. She then slams and cuts the table. We're going to do a strength with... Actually, we'll just do an attack. Well, that's just a hit. She'll definitely hit because it's an object that's not moving. So we'll do strength to see how much damage that she does to the counter. A 9. I'll say, okay, I mean that's less than a 10. So she doesn't destroy the counter, but she puts in enough strength just to have the blade of the naginata stick into the top of the counter, which is made of wood. And making a significant cut into it that will act as a permanent reminder. I can reveal that the shopkeeper did indeed lie to us, and he did indeed missell the potion to us, as he is a charlatan. Argon is a fraud, and most of his mixtures don't do anything. That is from the book itself. Like, whoa, don't start now destroying my shop, okay? Who's gonna pay for this? Well, it's certainly not us. Now, we're gonna want a refund, otherwise my friend here is, well, we'll end up getting our money back a different way. No, you leave my shop out of this. Here, take your 3 gold. Get out of my shop. With pleasure. Come on, Lashana. As she then... with one arm manages to dislodge it from the counter, taking a chunk of wood with it, which then falls off onto the counter. And they both walk out of the shop. Well, we got our money back. So we'll go 1, Lashana, you go back to 5. We're now going to want a perception check from both of us. A DC of 10. 7. Oh, and Lashana is at disadvantage. 11. Okay. I was starting to think maybe I shouldn't have done a check and just said that it happened. But I'm glad it did happen. With an 11 from Lashana. As both Viktor and Lashana step out of the alchemists. That's a point. We didn't even think of a name for the tavern or the alchemists. Alright. I will leave it up to you guys at home. I'll do a reminder at the end of the episode as well. A reminder for you guys at home to come up with names for all these places. Put them in the comments below. And I will pick out the best ones. Try not to be like rude and grotesque. Silly names are welcome, or you can think of normal names too. So we need a name for the alchemist, a church or temple, a blacksmith, an apothecary, candlemaker, trade merchant, a tanners, cobblers. Maybe a name for Giuseppe's toy shop other than just Giuseppe's. I mean, Giuseppe's could work. Tailor, a carpenter, wizard's charms, I would say that's already a name. Same with leeches, so those ones are already taken. The basket weaver needs a name. Let's see. The jewelers. The inn needs a name. The bank, although we could just call it a bank. And the tavern that we were in. We need names for all of them. So feel free to put them in the comments below. So as Viktor and Lashana step out of the alchemist's shop, Lashana cannot help but hear the blood-curdling scream of a woman within the town. Townsfolk from around all hear the sound too and begin immediately rushing into its direction. Viktor and Lashana look towards each other and then decide to follow the crowd. She's having a lapse of memory today. She had a rough night. We're hoping that maybe you have something that might help. Ah, right, yes, something. So it's like brain work, not an overdraft. Why am my brain thinking an overdraft? I don't. Why would an overdraft make you lose your memory? Hangover. There you go. Jesus. My God, man.